get the chance to go out and go fishing the other day. It's just been way too smoky. We've had a lot of fires around here. We've had to do some evacuations and stuff from the local township of Brook Trails. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all my old plastics and I'm going to melt them down and make them all one black. And then what I'm going to do is take and make some real fluorescent green Cincos, and I'm going to cut the tips of those off, and I'm going to try to molt black with fluorescent green today. We'll see how that turns out. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get everything mixed together, and then we'll come back and I'll show you where we're at with that. So while the plastic's getting set up, I went and ordered some dead-on black dye and some dead-on Chartruse. So we're going to do the Chartruse today, and we're going to inject it into we're going to try it into the Cinco mold, and then we're going to inject it into the craw mold. And what my intentions are with the craw mold is take from the pinchers back, put the pinchers back in here in the Chartruse, and then we'll go black at Chartruse and see how that turns out today. And as you see, I got a whole bunch of different plastics all molded into this pot right here, and we're going to melt these down after we get the Chartruse all done up. So we'll see how that works today. Alright, that's a little hot. Let's get our gloves on. Don't want to burn ourselves again. Seems to be kind of a theme for me. Alright, so got that all. Yeah, there's some bubbles in there, a little bit of bubbles. Gonna need a gas chamber for that. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is about 300 degrees. I want to probably warm that up just a little bit more. Yeah, but you can see all the bubbles in there. A lot of little bubbles. That's probably going to be a problem, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem since we're just going to do the tip of the tail as Chartreuse. So we'll go ahead and heat that up a little bit more, and we'll come back and we'll shoot it with the Chartreuse color. Okay, so we got this back out. Gonna mix it up, get it all a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty close to where we want to be. Running pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and get this as about as Chartreuse as we can get it. Let me shake it up first. We want to get this as sharp. Try about 20 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm gonna go ahead and fix that one. Pretty bright. Get a little bit more brighter, I think, because we want the tail to be. This is just going to be the tail of the black Cinco, and I'm not going to put any salt in it. Give that a shot, no pun intended. So before I forget, I put about 5 ounces in there, and we're gonna see how that looks. I'm not too worried about making it look great through there or here, because I just want to get the ends looking pretty good. Doesn't have to be like a whole full-on great Cinco, because I'm not going for the full effect. I just want to make sure that the tail looks really good. So we're gonna go ahead and let that set up, and we'll come back after that. So got my little shop dog out here today, and in the other one. They're just hanging out today, see how this goes. The guys can be a pain, but they're all right. They just like to hang out with me. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get a gas chamber. I've done some research, and on the last couple ones I did, I wasn't quite 100% happy with the feel of it. I had some bubbles in there and some pockets in it, so we're gonna try that. But in the meantime, so I'm not wasting a whole lot of the Plastisol there, we're just gonna go ahead and use old stuff. But I'm only gonna use it for this here to see how the Chartruse comes out. Penny, you're gonna have to wait. So we're gonna get this all set up, and we'll shoot it and see how that turns out. In the meantime, we'll get that all set up. All right, so that's setting up. We're gonna go ahead and take a look and see how that's hot. Oh, that's hot. Yeah, it's still hot. Doesn't matter how long it sits there and cools off. It's pretty damn warm. All right, let's take a look and see how these turned out. They actually turned out really damn bright. I'm really liking that. Let's see how since that turned out. Let's see how this craw turned out. The pincher didn't turn out very well, so I'm gonna have to reshoot that one. That's the main thing I wanted to do, was get the pinchers down in that. Let's go ahead and reheat that while so I'm gonna try not to bore you guys with a lot of stuff here. I've been doing some melting and stuff on the side, and I'm gonna try to just streamline some of this as much as possible. But as if I'm going doing some colors that I think you guys may like, and I can explain to you how it actually turns out, I'll explain that as I go. I don't want to just bore you guys to death with some of this stuff. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead and cut these tails off. Man, I'd hate to lose these, but I didn't weight them down, but they feel really good, really good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use these as just the tails. So I'll go ahead and take the scissors, cut them back a little ways, just so we can get a good little tip on the tail. It's about that long. And then we're gonna go ahead and set them back in here in the mold. The tails look pretty solid. I don't see any bubbles in them or anything like that. So set those in there. They're not going to be exactly all the same, but it's pretty close. Just for considering we're doing this in the garage, we're not making any exact science to it. We're just kind of doing it for fun for ourselves. But if you guys enjoy these videos, please click the subscribe button, like button, or dislike. I mean, I'm sure you guys probably somebody out there is not gonna be liking what we're doing, but which is okay by me. You know, it is what it is. So we'll see where we're at with this, and maybe we can shoot the craw, give it a good look, and see where we got from there. A little bit in there. I'm not going to waste a whole big injector. We'll use this little injector here. Shoot this with the little one. cool off. And in the meantime, we'll go ahead and get this started on this big one. So you look here, we got just the tips in there, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it back together and try to get the get that other mess in there of all the old plastics, so we're not wasting that, because you don't want to, it's not going to be able to get any color in it. So when we get it melted down, we're just going to go ahead and just throw some black dye in there, so we're not wasting that all those plastics, and we're going to go from there. All right, see how these turned out. Man, those things kind of put a lot of pressure on them when they swell out. Don't look too bad at all. Let's see how the craw turned out. Craw turned out pretty good too. So the purpose of all these is all this black is just all spare old used soft plastics and stuff. So it just shows that you don't throw it away. You can use it over again, especially when it's with black. You don't have to worry about it being, you know, perfect color or anything like that, because you're going to end up putting black on it anyways, and it's gonna hide all the imperfections. So now the big key is how these gonna work in the water. I don't know. I tossed them in the bath, and they seem to sink pretty well. So we're gonna see how that turns out for us. So again, hit subscribe, like, dislike, whatever. Anything is cool. Hopefully I'll get some more stuff in. I ordered a gas chamber so we can firm up some of these, because I'm getting a little bubbles in some of the out of the plastic, but not so much for me, I don't know, with the used plastic. So we'll give it a shot. So all right, thanks for hanging out. Take care.